All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's do our Fat to Fit Week 6 summary. This week was not the best of weeks. It started off really well, and then it hit a good point, and then it hit a bad point. Now I'm kind of feeling kind of crappy about this week. So we're going to deep dive into this. I did some intermittent fasting, which did not work. I'm going to explain why I felt like it wasn't working this week and the negative results that I feel like I had from it. So first of all, the overall summary is at the beginning of the week on Monday, I started off at 237 pounds, which was right after my refeeding cheat day on Sunday. So 237, I expected to be a little bit higher. By Thursday, I was down to 232 pounds. So that was really good progress. I was feeling really good about that. I was really excited. And then today I weighed in at 234 pounds. So went up a couple pounds. And the crazy thing is that last week when I updated you, I mentioned that I wanted to try some intermittent fasting. And not only intermittent fasting, but I wanted to not eat until after I went to the gym and exercised. So all this week, what I was doing is I would go to the gym around 11 o'clock or so in the morning. I would get done exercising and be home and actually eating something by around 2 p.m. So I was intermittent fasting from somewhere around 6 or 8 o'clock the night before, all the way until 2 p.m. the next day. So that was a good chunk of intermittent fasting that I was doing. And these are the results that I experienced. First of all, during the workouts, I felt fine. I had no problems. In the morning, I had energy. I felt perfectly fine. I drink tea, coffee. I didn't feel hunger or anything like that. During the workouts, I felt great. I had really good workouts. I had energy. There were no problems at all during the workout. But when I got home from the workout, what I felt was I was super hungry, first of all. And so I would immediately get showered and then go get some food because I'm super hungry. I would eat my food and then I would get walloped with a massive wave of exhaustion. I would just be tired. I would have no energy at all. And I still had work I had to do for my business. And I'm like, I don't want to work. I just want to literally sit here and watch Netflix and do nothing because holy crap, I'm exhausted. The second thing that I had happening is that I wanted to keep on eating. I wanted to eat, and eat some more. I would eat my normal meal and I'd be like, that's not enough. Let's go find some more. And then by the end of the day, I would find that I was eating just as much quantity of food as I would have ordinarily eaten if I had not been intermittent fasting. And the second thing is that I had these cravings too. And so I would go scope out other things and I would be tempted to eat stuff that I wouldn't want to eat. And my wife had made some cake out of some chickpea flour that I knew that I probably shouldn't be touching, but I was like, I gotta eat something, man. I had these cravings. So that was the other thing. I was exhausted after my workouts. I didn't want to do my work. I had these cravings. I felt hunger, I just couldn't stop eating. And then I was eating just as many calories. And also I feel like now that I'm thinking about it, that's not sustainable. That the feelings that I have and just living that way and eating that way doesn't feel like that's sustainable at all. So overall, after a week of trying that intermittent fasting, my conclusion is that is not going to work for me. It's not going to work for me on all those different levels that I just touched on. So I'm putting that aside. We're not going to consider that anymore. That did not work at all. It wasn't hard for me up until the point I got back from the gym and then was exhausted and wanted to eat everything. So I'm not doing that. We're going to move on from that. Essentially, what I'm going to do for this next week is I'm going to go back to what was working for me at the beginning, which was basically just not eating until around 9 or 10 o'clock in the morning, and then going and doing my workouts, eating normally throughout the day. And when I say eating normally, I'm sticking to meats, legumes like beans, salads, that sort of thing. No real carbohydrates like rice, potatoes, and stuff like that. So I'm still sticking away from not consuming carbohydrates except for in my salads and in my beans. So I'm going to go back to that, which is a variation of, and I'm eating fruit too. I am eating fruit as well. It's a variation of Tim Ferriss's slow carb diet that he has talked about a lot. So my variation is that I'm adding fruit into the mix because I want the healthy benefits and all the good stuff that's in fruit. I don't want to exclude that from everything. So I'm going back to that. For my gym workouts, they're mostly going to stay the same. I feel like I have something that really works for me. I like what I'm doing there. So I'm not going to mix those up a little bit. I was trying really hard to go to the gym 5 days a week last week. I only went 4 days, which is still very, very good. And those were good workouts too, all of them. This week, I might reduce that to 3 or so. I'm trying to get over some feelings of like a little bit of burnout that I'm having right now in my business and in my life. I feel I have a lot of stuff that I have to do and I'm feeling overwhelmed with it. And when I go to the gym, going to the gym is basically a 3 hour commitment. I don't know how. I'm only at the gym for like an hour working out, but somehow between getting ready, driving there, doing the workout, driving home, and everything, somehow it always turns into 3 hours. And I can't wrap my brain around how or why it takes so stinking long to go to the gym. I've considered getting some home exercise equipment, like some kettlebells. If I had a few kettlebells, I could do a lot of the normal stuff I would do at the gym. So I've thought about that, but I really like going to the gym. I like the atmosphere of being there, being around other people. It's more motivating when I go to the gym than if I were to try to work out here at home. So I'm going to mostly try to keep the gym the same. I might reduce, I'm toying around in my brain about reducing it to maybe 3 days this coming week so that I have a little bit of rest and relaxation from all of the work that I'm doing. So that is the plan for this upcoming week. I do want to pop over to our spreadsheet really quick, and then I'm going to show you our progress tracker just to see the nice graph that will show you how things are going here. So this is our graph, and you can see that there was a steady downward decline. Things tapered a little bit, then it popped down a little bit, and this last week has still remained good, but it's plateauing off, as you can see. So hopefully this next week we're going to improve that. Now, I do want to say that I feel pretty good. Like, I feel slimmer and stuff. I don't feel bad physically, and I don't feel like I look bad physically in the mirror compared to how I looked before. I feel like I still feel like I'm getting progress toward my ultimate goal of looking good without my shirt on. But I feel like I'm getting a little bit of a plateau here. So I'm gonna go back to the beginning, how things were working at when I first started doing this, and just see how things go. So that's the goal for this week and how things are going. So now we are going to take the shirt off. My dog is like right underneath my feet, so I got to make sure I don't step on her. I'm going to lower the desk a little bit. And that's probably pretty good. And shirt comes off. Dog needs to move back so I don't step on her. All right, so I'll relax. Here is the forward relax. Here is the side relax. Right there. I don't know. So there we go. That's how we're doing today.